Through the eyes of eternity, we see. This image was co-created with Creator God, an acrylic painting on canvas reflected. Through the eyes of eternity, we see. Eternity, who knows nothing of beginnings or endings. Eternity, who has seen far more than we could ever comprehend. Just think on that for a moment. There was no beginning, for it is impossible for there to be a beginning, as even nothing is something. Imagine your life as long as it has been. Now magnify your life times 20, times 100, times 1,000, times 1,000,000, a billion, a trillion. Multiply it, your life, times the grains of the sand on the beach. Now, multiply that times eternity. And yes, you see through the truth of the never-ending story that math does play a small but vital part. It helps us to gauge, to explain, to attempt to explain, and to remember and identify things, but it too gets dissolved when the spirit returns to its source. I am that I am, the one, the all, the truth, the way. For when we bask in the original glory, only one thought is allowed within the mind. Somehow, I am this, all of it. And behold, the idea, the prison of separation, is fully exposed and annihilated within the very same breath. Which is why we must touch this truth ourselves, for truth can only be known one way. You must touch it. Otherwise, you are dealing in myth, innuendo, rumors, and characters and stories and books. And when it comes to life, to love, to Creator God, that will never ever get it done. For God is not a question mark, but rather an irrefutable truth, a living energy, a living experience that must be touched to comprehend. Creator is not hiding from you, from this truth. You are. Today, when you have a moment alone, gently swim within the ocean, as we did as young children before the system took over our thinking mechanism. Return back into the truth of the eternal belief system of knowing and comprehending that if we all came from the same source, then we can only be one, undivided, united, the one true thought process of the limitless and oneness. Practice by knowing this, by showing this, by being this right now, today, and begin to watch and to perceive the false indoctrination of separation that began here on earth as children within the school system begin to simply fall away like old leaves off a dead tree that are simply no longer necessary. Knowing that this thought of separation no longer serves us, as if the idea never existed. For our very freedom, our true happiness and our true joy, our internal bliss and fulfillment exists within the knowing arms of oneness and wholeness and nothing else. Eternal life's open arms are always ready to receive souls like us who have boldly ventured out into a far distant place, far away from the center dot, so far away that the energy and vibration of the lower dimensional energy, the vibration of this reality led us to believe that we were somehow separate from life and separate from each other. I am here today to collect you in spirit, to tell you that it is literally impossible for us to be separate from each other and thus separate from Creator God. Impossible. For we would not have breath or heartbeat. We would not be alive. Common sense roars out this truth every day of our lives. We shall never be alone, for we are eternity's children and utterly connected to the one love forever and ever. It is set in stone. It is done. Know that the idea, the false belief system of separation is the poison, is a disease, is the prime weapon of the system of control that temporarily has the human enslaved. Man's governments, religions, school systems, all equally to blame. But this ruthless game is over, as school is over. All is blessed and pushing us all towards this place right here, right now. For it is the darkness that now forces the light to stand and to know itself, to finally be free of tyranny and the system of control. It is the time for the power of oneness to take center stage and take over this earth. There is nothing, I repeat nothing, the darkness can do to stop our divine remembrance. Those souls who have sold themselves to this system of control are put on notice. Hands off. Now. Today, November 4th, 2024, let the book of life reflect you were told. You are being held utterly accountable each and every day that you delay the inevitable. Write it down in stone. It is done. Through the eyes of eternity, we are one. And so, look at life not through the limited perspective of a human being whose lifespan is limited to 80-some years, but rather see life through the oneness of our ancient awareness that exists within the heart and hidden between the ears, hiding within the deep recesses of the mind, simply waiting for the command to come forth to lead mankind into the next chapter of life. I allow this beautiful image, this symbol of the divine, co-created with Source Creator God, to send ripples of oneness through each and every soul that seeds its grace and power and beauty, then shares the vibration, the salutations, honor, and caring directly into the collective of the one family here on earth, that we may be reminded within the instant that we are one family, not divided. Never them, but always us. We are one. I make this video, this decree, this mighty stance in honor of our beloved friend, the squirrel named Peanut. If you don't know who Peanut is, look Peanut up on Peanut the squirrel on the internet, and you will find a whole lot about Peanut the squirrel. Peanut's amazing love filled my heart with happiness and joy. A beautiful bright light, certainly an angel, without question, an angel on earth. Peanut's courageous death, who was in fact a great sacrifice, will change the earth from within the heart and soul of mankind. I've been noticing myself, fighting through the tears and using Peanut within every aspect of my life, whether it be writing or painting or interacting with someone. I just place Peanut in the heart because Peanut is a tool of Divine Creator. It is a violin, a concerto, a musical instrument. Use Peanut, experiment with Peanut, and you'll see what I'm saying. Much love, many blessings. I am that I am.